Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we appreciate Happy New Year to you. And you have a really big event, a live podcast.
Hey, look at that boy. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear in the chat. Figured I'd give y'all a little bit of intro while we're waiting for some people to come into the room. I did Celebrity Dish yesterday on Fox 5, so I just wanted to play a little clip.
Yes. So me and Monique Samuels from the Real Housewives of Potomac, we have been working on something, trying to do something for quite some time now, and we wanted to do something really, really special. And this is meaningful because it's about life after reality TV, life after divorce, life after the loss of a job, life after loss of a loved one. So whatever you've experienced, life does go on and it does get better. And we want to talk to people like Jamie and Arena Tyler, Sherelle and Alfred Duncan. It's going to be at the Bethesda Theater on January 25th.
That's across the street.
Yes, right here on January 25th, 2026. And it's going to be a brunch, live DJ, all that good stuff. So you guys can come out and meet us. And we would love to have you guys there too.
Marissa, ready to run?
Look, I'm ready to go, right? You said January 25th. I can't wait. And I love to. I mean, that message is so needed because there is life after.
There is. Even though it seems difficult in the moment, it does get better.
I love that title.
I'll be there.
All right. Trying to let some people get up into the room, and of course, doing my due diligence to promote my own brunch and live podcast event with Monique Samuels on January 25th, 2026. Y'all, it is going to be a brunch Ponderosa, WPGC in the mornings. All day, every day on the radio. They're going to be there as well, broadcasting live from the event. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please go ahead and do so because it's going to be popping. Doors open at 1 p.m. Show starts at 3 p.m. So get your seats, get there early. Okay, and we got some surprises in store for you. You do not want to miss it. Okay. And of course, if you guys haven't had a chance to see me live or to meet in person, this is the perfect opportunity for us to do so. Okay. So go ahead and get your tickets. The link again is in the description of this video. So with that being said, y'all, we gotta talk. Did y'all happen to watch Salt Lake City last night or this morning or whenever you watch your TV? Okay. Let me know in the chat. But before we get into that, y'all, let's talk about Married to Medicine. Because, you know, Carlos, as Dr. Heavenly says, Carlos, and Dr. Heavenly, you know, they had their conversation down to the Patreons. And so, you know, she said some interesting things. What we do know is, remember I told y'all in the episode that TOYA said something about her kids being good to Dr. Simone. Y'all remember that? And I said it was a blink and you miss it kind of moment. And I was wondering if Dr. Heavenly was ever going, like if she heard it, if anybody had pointed it out to her, and if she was going to in any way, shape, or form address it. Okay. So she does it in this video. So she did hear that TOYA said that. Okay, she heard about it at some point later. And she goes on to state that she feels like TOYA is miserable. Now, the way it's positioned as though it is miserable maybe in the marriage, but I can't be 100% for certain if that's kind of how she meant it. But the way the conversation is going, it's kind of like, you know, Carlos asked, do you think she's miserable or do you think she's making good TV, right? Because clearly there is this beef between TOYA and Dr. Heavenly. And there always has been this simmering tension between them. You know, they go about their lives very differently. Dr. Heavenly is obviously a dentist. She still chooses to work, right? And she's got, you know, she's made it very, very transparent about all of the things that she has going on her plate. And so then there's TOYA, who lives a more, I would say, seemingly relaxed lifestyle, right? TOYA is very much, about going to play tennis with the girls. She is going, on the trips. I don't know if she's still doing the wine thing, but that would seem like it could be a lucrative business. To me, I mean, listen, anything that I think she said it was bringing in maybe $6,000 or $7,000 per year or something like that, or something. I can't remember, or month. Maybe it was per month. I think it was per month. I'm sorry. I think it was per month. I mean, that's a pretty good little chunk of change right there. What could you do with an extra $6,000 per month? I'll wait, because I know I know what I would do with it. We're gonna make some things shake, rattle, and roll. Okay. So, but at the same time, I just Dr. Heavenly says that she feels like TOYA is doing both. She is both making good TV, but that she also is very miserable. Dr. Heavenly says she works because she wants to. She's running for Congress because she wants to. Her days are fulfilling. Okay. So, I don't know. And that's why she also feels like, if you come after me, I'm gonna come harder at you. And I said in the episode, I said the way that the women are positioning it is as though Dr. Heavenly said something about TOYA first. But the way Dr. Heavenly positions it is as though TOYA came at her first. So I need to see the full text thread. Okay. Since we're referencing this text thread on TV, I need to see the full text thread. Who started what? Who's zooming who shenaniganized who? That's what I need to know. Okay. Let's start at the very tippity top. Let's figure that out. And then maybe we can understand who's really at fault here. Okay. Who's really at fault? Side note, there is another clip that's out there from this upcoming week's episode of Married to Medicine, wherein, and shout out to No Chaser TV. Y'all go follow them, show them some love on the Instagram. I believe they also have a YouTube page. But there is a clip from next week's episode of Married to Medicine where Dr. Heavenly reveals to Quad, I think it's Quad, Angel, Dr. Contessa, are all sitting down for maybe some type of, charcuterie board or something like that. And Dr. Heavenly reveals, actually, Dr. Contessa reveals that Dr. Simone be looking up the stuff on people, right? And they show a flashback of them asking Dr. Simone, well, why are you looking up stuff on us, right? On your people. And Dr. Simone says, because I can, okay? And so it comes out that Dr. Heavenly says that Dr. Simone had said if she could look up the VIN number of Quad's Rolls Royce, then she would do that. And it just kind of left the group wondering, like, who is looking up this type of information on their friends? For one, listen, maybe that's a thing for people, but I ain't ever thought to myself about one of my friends, let me look up the VIN number on that Maserati. Let me see what I can find. Why would you even do that? Can somebody in the chat let me know? If somebody could let me know the reason why one would do that, is it to trace the history of the car, to see if maybe it's actually was gotten legitimately? What would be the reason? Because I know y'all know. I know one of y'all know. One of y'all know, and Norman has got the day off, okay? Don't ask me why he be asking for the day off on a midweek when we got things to do, but the man has asked for a day off, and I gave him the day off. But by golly, I ain't never seen somebody take so much time off. Anyway, why would one do that? And for me, listen, Dr. Simone, I love you, especially when you get to screaming and things. But if you are so tired of working and shelling out cash for these boys and dealing with Cecil shenaniganizing you. I don't understand why you even got time to be looking up a VIN number. I don't even know where we would go to look up the VIN number. And then what would we do with that information once we got it? It just is baffling to me. Maybe I'm not thinking like some type of investigative person, but to me, that's like beyond never mind. Like, I mean, why would I want to know that? Who cares? I mean, I don't care that you have a Rolls Royce. It doesn't bother me. Are you coming to pick me up in the Rolls Royce? Do I need? Oh, it maybe if she was going to be riding in the Rolls Royce and she was wondering if the people was going to come and repossess it, then maybe she might have a reason to be wondering, is everything okay with this Rolls Royce here, girl? Are we going to get picked up at any point? But y'all don't really even kind of mess with each other like that. So chances of you getting in that car are slim to none. And yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm done. And you know what's even crazier is, especially if I don't like you, I really don't care about your Rolls Royce. I don't. I'm not even going to think about you. It's not going to even occur to me to look your way. Okay? Unless I obviously have to be around you. And I'm also one of those types of people. Okay? Let me say this. I don't argue at all. Okay? Arguing is like so, it is so 1995 to me. Like, it is so played out. Like, I just feel like, who has the time to be arguing? Do you see the state of the world? No, I don't have time to argue with you. However, .org. If I do need to state my case with you, I can actually state my case about what it is that's bothering me without the need to actually try to insult you with something else that you got going on. Okay? I am very good at presenting my own arguments without having to pull in evidence that does not relate to the case. Okay? So I feel like trying to go out and find these little pieces of ammunition for what? I have no idea. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's nonsensical. Where are we going? Why do we need to do that? If somebody's talking about something, in the blogs, right, and you are a cast member, I mean, I get it to a certain degree. You might make a joke about something, but like, to be in the weeds with VIN numbers, like, girl, no. No. Okay. No, ma'am. And again, I can deliver, okay, what I need to deliver to you about what it is that you did to me or about how I feel without even having to go all of these. Because to me, if I got to go all of these other places to try to shame you, then that tells me that my argument is weak. That's what that tells me. That tells me that I don't really have a good enough argument in this case to win it on my own. So I have got to go look in nooks and crannies to try to find something to use against you to make you look bad. When actually, my general thought is that you can make yourself look bad all on your own. Okay. She knows how Quad affords her lifestyle. It's all online. I think she looks it up to verify it. But I guess my thought is, as a doctor, why do you care about how Quad affords her, especially if you don't really even like her? I mean, that's what I'm saying too. Like, there's too much money circulating through this crowd to even be concerned about that. And again, if it were something where Quad was throwing up her Rolls Royce as a, like, yeah, boo, I got a Rolls Royce and you can't even afford that. Cool. At that point, got it. Okay, so you want to go look up the VIN number now. Okay, cool. That will help your case. But at a certain point in time, it's like, I don't know. I mean, and yeah, they are filming a reality TV show, but that'd be the problem with a lot of these shows. They'll be relying too much on things that are going on outside of the show, a headline that's popped up here, when actually it's better to deal with the chaos that's actually happening because of the personality conflicts within the group. That's just my take on what makes reality TV so great. Again, I take it back to the old school of reality TV. For me, I like it when, Nene and Kim arguing because, Nene is treating Sweetie like a slave, according to Nene. Kim and Candy arguing over the royalties for the party, which was produced on the show, right? These are the things that I'd rather see versus the over reliance on things that are happening outside of the scope of the show. If they kept it to the interactions within the group, you would never have to worry about story. But that also requires that you hire and cast strong enough personalities that there is always going to be conflict. Okay? Period. That's that. Organic. All right. Let's talk about the Salt Lake of it all. I was gonna pull up a picture of DJ Meredith Marks again for for those of you guys who may have missed it. But I don't think we have to go back to that just to shake things up. Salt Lake is so I'm gonna amend some of what I said about the trailer for the reunion, because I think that in this episode of the season finale, which is episode 16 of season 6, the ladies are still in Santorini. And the biggest thing about this episode, that watching this episode, yes, DJ Meredith Marks. Oh, yes. Did you not know? Let me show you. Because you know what? I feel like it has to be seen to be believed. Yes, Meredith Marks is the DJ du jour, baby. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to go back and start DJing myself. I mean, listen, let me not hate, because I'm not hating on the woman. Let me say that. Number one, this is the type of person I am. I want to let y'all know this right off the rippers. I am a get your money person. Okay? Girls, get your money, that money. Girls, get that Sierra style. You know what I'm saying? I am literally that person. I mean, whatever it is you want to do. I tell people all the time, do some affiliate marketing, put some links in your bio, baby. What products are you using? That's why y'all see me on the TikTok shop. I'm telling y'all all the products I'm using. These people are making thousands of dollars a month on TikTok shop. Y'all better get on it, okay? So if Meredith Marks want to get back there and twinkle on some little buttons or whatever like that, or do a little scratch, and she got club bookings lined down the yin yang, then by golly, go DJ Meredith Marks. But here's what's happening on the show. Now, what sparked that interest? That's a good question. You do know that also Erica Jane is now a DJ as well. Did y'all know that? Oh, yes, she goes by the name of DJ Pretty Mess. DJ Pretty Mess. Also, You know that Idris Elba is also a DJ as well. Did y'all know that? Did you not? Let me know in the chat. So DJ Meredith Marks is a thing. Cool. Let's get into the episode because much of it, I can't see her as the DJ. It feels more natural because she was, you know, she has music out there. It did not make sense for me. Dorinda, I believe Dorinda is a DJ as well. Paris Hilton. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Okay. Back to DJ Meredith. Meredith, I want to ask you guys a question. Is Erykah Badu a DJ too? Well, by golly. Okay. She makes sense too, because I feel like she got the music in her. I mean, listen. You do know that you can also put your Apple Music on DJ mode, right? It'll blend those songs right on up for you. I mean, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I will, and we will. And we will. Okay? You could be whatever you want to be in life these days. Let's go. And I'm the type of person that will tell you to do it. I'll tell you what to do. Go take some photos of yourself. Go find some mixing boards. Take some DDJs and take some photos of yourself with a microphone or some speakers on your head, and that's it. There you go. All right. So I mean, I just might honestly. I mean, why not? Why not? Life is short. YOLO. Oh, let me tell you, the only reason I stopped DJing, let me be for real with y'all. The only reason I ever stopped DJing was because, you know, I wanted to DJ on bigger stages and I wanted to DJ different styles of music. I honestly kept getting booked to do mostly like just hip hop music. I think people saw a like 6'3" black man with tattoos and a beard, and they really kind of, I felt like a lot of times I got put into this box. And I was just over it because I felt like where I was at that time in LA, people weren't really dancing to the music anymore. Everybody just kind of wanted to stand around, and the crowds where I felt like getting super like younger and younger at my bookings. And so the younger people don't really like dance like that. And I hate saying the younger people because it makes me sound like I'm old and stuff like that. But do I look it? Anyway, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I just felt like they be like, and then the music is just like, it be so like, I mean, just like, ugh. Ain't nobody dancing. They just standing around bopping. And it's like, what are we here for? Like, I mean, what are y'all doing? Like, so I don't know. I kind of lost the passion for it. What I should have done was simply just branded myself as a type of DJ that only plays 2000s, 19 and 90s music, you know what I'm saying? Dance hall, Afro beats. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. And that's what, if I go back into it, that's what I shall do. Because what I won't be doing is standing in somebody's late night club, okay, DJing to the young folks who just want to stand there and they don't want to do nothing. Okay. That's it. Yes, this is what it is. So what it is people will go, right? People will go to the club and then they will just be on their phones. And then they will post about being in the club, but they're not doing the things that people who used to be in the club would do. And that's what it felt like. It was like a lot of mumble rap. And I was like, but that ain't moving me. But that would be what they would be asking for. So I would be at my gigs like, is it is my shift over yet? And when I realized that, I said no more. No more. No more. No more. Okay? No more. So you know what? Maybe one day I will. Maybe I will. I just feel like, yes, this is it. It be like that. The club scene has become so depressing. This whole bottle service thing and people dressing up just to be on their phone. I ain't gonna hold you. I do like a good give me some bottle service, but I'm also the type of person that I will be in the bottle section. Like I will be in the bottle section going off, right? That's what it's like. I still want it to be fun. Everybody in the club should be, having a good time. So I find now that there are a lot more curated events, and that really wasn't the case when I stopped in. Maybe it was, but I just kept getting booked for the same things. And I was just like, you know what? I can't keep doing this to myself. Like, I just can't. Yes, yes. That's what I want. I want that. 90s, 2000s, R&B, hip hop. I can even throw in some pop music. Like I could do it all, but you know, it, you just gotta, I want the music that moves me and that moves the people. And I just don't want to do it with people that's just standing around. So that was the reason why I stopped at that time. Now I don't think Meredith cares whether or not the people are moving or bouncing or what, or shaking and jiggling or what to her music. As long as she's getting her paychecks, I think that's all she probably care about. Okay. And I'm with you on that one, Meredith, because the mortgage and the rent is always due. Now, having said that, Salt Lake City, I did rather enjoy this episode. What it made me realize is I wonder if Meredith is secretly like the LVP of Salt Lake City. Meredith she used to be an attorney. So we know that, as Bronwyn says, she uses legalese. What does that mean? What does legalese mean, right? Legalese is kind of like, in this instance, it is a way of not acknowledging or saying something, but not really saying it, of implying, but not really stating, of maybe questioning, but not really asking, right? Of being confronted, but not quite admitting. And so the core of this episode and the beef is between Bronwyn and Meredith. Bronwyn has felt used by Meredith. She has felt like she has given Meredith information and intel that Meredith has at some point in time used later against someone else in the group. And at the end of the day, Bronwyn gets the heat for having spilled the beans to Meredith. Now, to some of that, I say Bronwyn cannot necessarily hold water. I think if you tell Bronwyn something, it is very likely that it will come out later in some type of accidental fall out of her lips way. And for which she will likely apologize, and she will likely hold herself accountable, and she will likely own it, which was what we love. So in this episode, the jig is up for Meredith for Bronwyn. Apparently, Meredith has off camera asked Bronwyn to come to her and, see what's going on, because there is going to be a Greek tragedy performed, in which case the person who has put this together has spoken to each of the ladies about, themselves and the other ladies in order to develop and create some type of staged Greek tragedy that is based on the group. And in order to do that, she's had to take information from people about other people in the cast. This is really no different from what they did with passing around the telephones and the text messages and saying the worst thing that they've said about somebody else. It's just that they've done it in another form. To that I say, they did repeat something, But they did it in a crafty way that I don't think any other cast would ever dare do, which is the reason why I think Salt Lake City is continuously winning in the Housewives game. Because each of these women are willing to self-sacrifice themselves for the betterment and the greater good of this show. Self-sacrificing meaning they're willing to let some of the other ladies say whatever they need to say about them, and it will not be held that much against them, right? The Beverly Hills ladies would never. They cannot stand to have their presentation shattered in front of them. They would never allow any of this to happen. The closest thing that we've gotten to that was on this past week's episode of Potomac, where they switched off the binders. That was the closest thing that we've gotten to that level of everybody's game. Everybody can say whatever they want about anybody, and we'll address it, and we won't, and we'll move on, right? So again, I think that the reason why Salt Lake continues to win is because all of the ladies will show up and lay all of their stuff on the line. Well, maybe except for Meredith. That's what Bronwyn and the rest of the ladies are arguing in this episode. And it made me start to wonder if maybe DJ Meredith Marks is the villain of this particular season, right? Because there's typically some level of villainy involved in Salt Lake. And this season, it appears to be our very own DJ Meredith Marks. Bah, 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 bah. But I ask you, do you feel as though Meredith is the villain of this show in the same way that the ladies are purporting her to be? Do you? Do you see her for the villainous Cruella that she allegedly is? For the stone cold, crooked, alleged, right? Crooked, dastardly person that is collecting information to try to suss out what people are saying about her. Gosh darn her for wanting to know what they're talking and when they're saying about her. Yes, she is henceforth and forevermore known as DJ Meredith Marks, and that is it. That is all. I refuse to call her anything else. And the thing, and I've been asking myself that since I watched it. Is she really the cruel villain that they are making her out to be? I don't know. I kind of feel that she is, and I like how Mary positions this. There is something wrong with you. But the best line of the night again comes from Mary M. Cosby. When she compliments how truly loyal she knows that Bronwyn is. We know how loyal you are. Look how you stand by Todd. Baby, let me tell you something. The scream I scrumped when she said it, because I wasn't expecting it. Okay? I wasn't expecting it. This is why Mary is so well liked by the people. Okay? Because she delivers where she needs to deliver. She does. She actually delivers where she needs to deliver, and it's always in some type of unexpected yet expected way, right? I agree with you. I feel like Heather is actually a bit more villainous than Meredith. Here's why. I think it is absolutely true, and there is obviously something that we're not seeing with Meredith that the other ladies clearly see. For Mary to be reacting, and she's probably one of the people that I trust the most in terms of seeing what she sees on the show and calling it out. I trust at this point, right? I trust her view of the ladies. And so with all of the ladies seemingly having seen something with Meredith, I do believe that Bronwyn has maybe confided too much in Meredith and it's bit her in the butt. Do I believe that Meredith was plotting? No, I think that she probably just saw Bronwyn as a good source of information. And since Bronwyn was so willing to share, I think that that Meredith simply took advantage of that. Okay. Now, does that make her this villainous viper that Bronwyn is trying to make her out to be? No, I would say Bronwyn, in some instances, that makes you a little bit of a sucker. Okay. A little bit of a sucker. But I definitely appreciated the way Bronwyn was activated in this whole situation because I think that she was frustrated with Meredith. I think she was genuinely frustrated, like, girl, like, but I don't see why it was such a big deal that Meredith would want to know what they were saying about her. I mean, if the girls were actually talking about her, she's been called a pill popper. She's been called a doggone near an alcoholic. She's been called just about every name in the book. Like, clearly, I do agree. There's something that they've seen in Meredith that's leading them to this place. What I don't like is how they're going about doing it, how they're going about exposing that, how they're going about trying to force her into some huge revelation when it is clear that even if she were to open up, Meredith seems inauthentic when it comes to vulnerability. So you're not going to believe her tears because she doesn't seem like she's really crying. I told y'all about what I feel like when I don't see the tears. And because of the lighting, I could not see whether she was crying or not, but she had cry face, which is, y'all know what the cry face is. So yeah, I mean, I think that they've seen something, but why don't we see it? We don't ever see it. We see her become unhinged, but we didn't see the level of unhinged depravity that they have made us believe existed on that plane. Where is that footage? Where is that footage? Yeah, so again, I think that there's something happening with Meredith. I don't know what it is, but I don't necessarily know that I trust all of the ladies in how they are handling her. Specifically, Heather. There is and I said this yesterday, there is no one who is more holier than thou on this show at this point than Heather. Ever since receipts, screenshots, timeline proof, all of that, she has been on one and it is just driving me up the wall. Girl, you shenaniganized us for 2 years over a story that was about this black eye that we wanted to know about. And you continue to play in our faces about it the entire time. So I know you cannot be trusted as the arbiter of truth that you are trying to make yourself out to be. It's just not going to work. And I don't like the threats that you don't have the right to tell Meredith to leave. When they confront Meredith at dinner, and this is not Meredith's first confrontation of this trip. She's had about 30 at this point. Bronwyn confronted her earlier about feeling betrayed. Bronwyn confronted her solo. Bronwyn confronted her in front of the group. The group confronts Mary at dinner after the Greek tragedy, which was actually brilliant. Shout out to the girl that put that together. I'm sure production had a hand in it. Bravo, no puns intended. But that was perfection because there was a lot of truth in what they were saying about all them people. Okay, and they gave it to Brittany because, man, they told Brittany that you so busy chasing after a man that you can't even see your children fading in the distance. I said, well, listen, y'all know they be talking about don't be bringing up the kids, but baby, let me tell you something. They took that situation and the way they eviscerated her. I was like, oh God, girl. Oh God. But listen, she keeps showing up for that half of a check, so it is what it is. But Heather, yes, to at the end of the day, tell Meredith she can go, like to leave, like to go, get out, leave right now. No, baby, you are not in charge of the girls enough to be able to try to tell somebody to leave. This ain't even your trip. It's Angie's. So at the end of the day, you don't have no power here. You don't hold no cards. You're not sitting on the throne to tell somebody that they should be leaving a trip when it's actually over anyway. And I am actually 110% on Lisa Barlow's side for standing up for her friend, because at the end of the day, somebody needed to. Like, again, when it's 12 people against one, I do get it. Y'all frustrated with the girl. Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, Heather, you don't have that right. You do not have that right. And then to pretend to be crying about it at the end, it's like, well, wake up your mind. Do you want her to go or not? But at the end of the day, you can't tell somebody to go, get out, leave, and then cry about it. I don't want to see, I don't want to hear those. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. And you need to stop. Okay? You need to stop. Because at the end of the day, if Jen Shah was back on this show, you definitely wouldn't be running nothing except running up behind that woman. Okay. That's the only place you would be running, because that's where you were running then. No? Is it not the truth? I think it's the truth. So she's frustrating to me. Whitney, baby girl, I get it. And again, Meredith might be stonewalling y'all. Meredith might have something going on. Meredith actually may just not be giving anything. Okay. But at the end of the day, Whitney, what you don't ever do is you don't ever push your issues that you have had with pill popping, okay, or anything of the like, because you experienced it with your family, and then you think you're gonna put it off on somebody else. Now, unless you have physically seen her throwing back Xannies out the bottle, okay, unless you've seen that and then guzzling it down with straight vodka, Annalise Keating style, then I don't think you should be conflating your family drama with what she got going on, because that's very dangerous, especially to do that to an attorney. Now, if you did see it, then that's another thing. Okay, then we got a whole another situation. If you saw her downing a bottle of Xannies, and then you saw her downing, that vodka. Y'all know the way that Annalise used to pour that vodka down up in that glass. You remember How to Get Away with Murder? Annalise would have a giant glass, a tall, big gulp glass, and then she would just pour that vodka up in it. The vodka be up to here, and then she guzzling that thing down. I'm like, girl, vodka don't taste good like that. Anyway, you got to mask vodka with something else. Anybody knows that. You got to be some kind of drunk to guzzle on vodka like that. You got to be some kind. Your taste buds got to be burnt off. You ain't got no taste buds no more. The taste buds gone. So unless DJ Meredith Marks was doing all that, I just don't know. But the way that DJ Meredith Marks said in her confessional, I done seen some of y'all popping some pills and guzzling vodka like Annalise. I don't know if y'all want to keep going down this path. Because quiet as kept, it felt like to me Heather was slurring her words when she was doing all her goings on about Meredith. But I ain't saying she was drinking. But them words were slurred. Now, I ain't the type of person that says, oh, take Heather off the show. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy that she has. And I think that she feels like she has too much control on this show. and that becomes apparent to me, you know, when somebody starts telling people like girl, you go get out of here. You don't have that right to do that. You do not have that right to do that. That annoyed the ish out of me. Okay, it really, really did. It truly did. And you know what else I didn't like? Now that I think about it, Bronwyn, girl, if you don't, here's the thing again. Bronwyn cannot hold water. Now, her dropping that Todd saw Seth in New York City at dinner with a woman. Girl, you know what that sounds like? You are too smart to try to play that and try to walk that back like you weren't trying to insinuate that Todd saw. Was this a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the BS and then you bring it to us? You need to be very, very clear when you are insinuating that somebody's husband on these shows is doing something inappropriate. That man could have been out with a sister, an assistant, a friend, the boss. You don't know. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane to insinuate that because the man may have been out to dinner, that automatically that means that he is cheating on his wife. And to be actually very clear, you don't even know what agreements Seth and Meredith have for you to be inserting yourself in that way. And so then when you make that statement, you need to stand on the fact that that's what you're implying and not try to backpedal it. Try to punani pop it, and then I'm just saying if you're unhappy in your marriage, you might be depressed. I saw my husband saw your man with another woman, but I'm not trying to say nothing. And it's like, girl, no. Mary's like, no, girl, say it. Yeah, that's what you thought. That's what it was. That's why you brought it up. Braun was like, no, I'm not. No. You are a very clear-minded person, Bronwyn. So I need for you to now stand in with the information that you are choosing to drop right now. Man, what a good episode. Let me tell you, they definitely performed for us last night, y'all. I enjoyed the episode. I truly did. What a way to go out. What a way to go out. So now I'm a bit more interested in watching the reunion, and I kind of want to modify my stance on who should go. Because yesterday I said they could let Meredith be a friend, but I want to see what Meredith does at the reunion. Because so much of the season ended up being about her. I want to see if she gets activated at the reunion in any way, shape, or form, because it doesn't seem so by the clips, but one never knows. One really never knows. If I was her, I would come in there activated, but that's just me. Okay. I would come in there activated. Okay. I would be activator on there, on a Jerry Curl activator. Okay. Yes, she did say that. But the way that Mary was chiming in made it definitely seem like Bronwyn was implying something else. So I don't know. I ain't like it. I ain't like it. I ain't like it. I ain't like it. Okay. So anyway, that was Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, y'all. A little bit of Married to Medicine tea. Married to Medicine will be back on our screens on Sunday night at 9 p.m. on Bravo after the Real Housewives of Potomac. And of course, Salt Lake City reunion will air next Tuesday night on Bravo TV and the next day on the Peacocks. Okay. So make sure you guys are tuned in, tapped in for all of that. Also, guys, make sure that you have gotten your tickets for the Life After live podcast and brunch, y'all, with me and Monique Samuels and the Tylers from Love and Marriage DC, as well as Sherelle and Alfred Duncan. Sherelle is on WPGC, and to let y'all know, the radio station WPGC will be live. They will be live coming from the brunch at the Bethesda Theater on January the 21st. The 25th, y'all. The 25th. That is a Sunday brunch at 1 p.m. The doors open. Show starts at 3. Get there early so you can get your table, get your food, get your drink, get the music popping, because we will have a live DJ. And now it's not going to be DJ Meredith Marks, but I still think you should come. Okay, still get your tickets. It won't be DJ Meredith Marks, but there will be a DJ in the building. Okay, so get the tickets. It's in the link in the description. And of course, I will catch you guys in the next video.